Welcome back to the Introduction to Excel for Pharmacy, to the third screencast. This time we're going to be talking about, once you've got a data set, creating some basic plots and using Excel to visualize your data. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up my data set. As you can see here, it's a simple list in columns A through H of some information about some patients. They have patient ID, their last name, their gender, age, height, weight, BMI, and their smoker status. So once you have your data set, Excel is really quite intuitive in the way that it wants you to process the data. And the plots and graphs are found in the Insert tab up in the top left-hand corner. And there's a whole host of different plots that you can use. The first thing to do is to decide the kind of data type that you have. So let's say we wanted to plot age against weight to see if those were correlated in any way. There's a couple of ways we can go about inserting a plot. One is a little bit quicker than the other, so I'll show you the long way around first. The first thing to do would be to decide what kind of data have we got. And these data points, weight and height, weight and age, sorry, are discrete. And as such, it needs to be a scatter plot. They can't be categorized and put in a bar chart. So the first thing to do would be to select an empty cell and click on scatter. Excel gives you a few options for scatter, and you can include lines. You can have lines with no markers for the data points. You can have bubbles. We're just going to do a simple scatter plot. As I say, it's blank, so we need to add the data to it. So Excel automatically takes you to the chart design tab. So you're going to select data. You're going to tell Excel where the data is. So simply highlight all of this just through clicking and dragging. And then you can either click this button or press enter. And that just tells Excel where the data is. Since we're going to be plotting age and weight, we'll call our series age versus weight. The X values are going to be age. So we'll start at the top, click and drag all the way down our data series, press enter. And the Y values are going to be weight. So we're going to do the same thing for weight. There's a few options here. If there's any cells within the array that you've selected that are empty, you can either leave them as gaps and Excel will ignore them. You can show on your plot that there's a gap there by either plotting a point at 0 or by connecting with a line. I'm just going to leave it as show empty cells as gaps. There's no rows or hidden columns, so I'm just going to leave that unchecked. Then press OK. Scroll to the top. And we've got our scatter plot for age versus weight. There is a little bit of a quicker way to do it. If you simply click on the column of data you want to be X, click on, if you are on Windows, press Control. If you're on Mac, press Command and hold, and select your Y column. It's important that they're in the order X and Y. And then you go again to Insert and Scatter Plot. And it does exactly the same thing, but way quicker. Just now a quick example of some categorical data. I've got here a small table of different conditions and some common drugs that would be prescribed by a GP for these conditions, and then a number of patients that have been prescribed that drug. So for example, if you wanted to know which drug was being more commonly prescribed in a practice, you would simply highlight your X and Y columns. You would go to Insert, Bar Chart, and we're just going to do a simple 2D bar chart. And it spits it out for you. There's no chart title because no text was highlighted. You'll notice when you have plotted the chart, in the chart design tab, there's a whole host of formatting options, and you can change colors, you can switch data types, and you can add chart elements. And that's going to be what we go to next. We'll be talking about formatting plots and making them look presentable in the next screencast. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you in the next screencast.